Hello. The story I'm going to read you today is called The Library. It is by Sarah Stewart and the pictures are by David Small. Oh, look at all those books. There's a little girl. I wonder who that is. Elizabeth Brown entered the world, dropping straight down from the sky. Elizabeth Brown entered the world, skinny, nearsighted, and shy. That must be Elizabeth Brown, dropping right out of the sky into her mom's laundry. Nearsighted means that your eyes don't work the same way that everybody else's does. You often have to wear glasses. It means you can only see things if they're very close. She didn't like to play with dolls. She didn't like to skate. She learned to read quite early and at an incredible rate. There she is. Look at all those books she's been reading. She always took a book to bed with a flashlight under the sheet. She'd make a tent of covers and read herself to sleep. There she is, reading under the covers. Have you ever done that? Maybe you're supposed to be in bed, but you're reading a book that you really like. Elizabeth Brown went off to school, dragging a steamer trunk. Look, she's going to, like what they had in the old days is called a boarding school. That means you lived at this school. I wonder what she's got in her trunk. Elizabeth Brown unpacked her books, breaking the upper bunk. Look at that. She has so many books in her trunk. She took the bunk back. She sat in all her classes and doodled on a pad, adrift in dreams of entering a reader's Olympiad. Look, there she is in class. Look, you can tell by the way that they're dressed and the way the desks are that this story takes place a long time ago. She manufactured library cards and checked out books to friends, then shopped them with her midnight raids to collect the books again. She wants her friends to borrow her books, but she needs them back. Elizabeth Brown preferred a book to going on a date. While friends went out and danced till dawn, she stayed up reading late. You can see one of her friends is going out, but she wants to read. She took the train one afternoon and promptly lost her way, so bought a house and settled down to tutoring for pay. She got lost and she just thought, I guess I'll stay here. Tutoring helps students with their work after school. You're not the regular teacher, you come in and do help for things that they need help with. Elizabeth Brown walked into town, summer, fall, winter, and spring. Elizabeth Brown walked into town looking for only one thing. She didn't want potato chips. She didn't want new clothes. She went straight to the bookstore. May I have one of those? Look at that. She's at the bookstore. Elizabeth Brown walked right back home and read and read and read. Look at all of her books. She even read while exercising and standing on her head. She turned the book upside down. Look at all those books she has in the chair on the table. That's a lot of books. She made a list of groceries and tucked it in her book, then lost the list among the fruits and left with nothing to cook. The grocery store, but she's reading and walking. And she forgot her groceries. She read about Greek goddesses while vacuuming the floor. Attending only to her book, she'd walk into a door. She's not paying attention, she's just reading. You can see books stacked in the hall. There's a lot of books. Books were piled on top of chairs and spread across the floor. The shelves began to fall apart as she read more and more. Big books made very solid stacks on which teacups could rest. Small books became the building blocks for busy little guests. Look at all of those books. There's her shelf breaking and her teapot. And look, she has a little kids commercial that's been billed. What's she going to do with all of those books? When volumes climbed the parlor walls and blocked the big front door, she had to face the awful fact she could not have one more. Oh my goodness. Have you ever seen so many books? She just doesn't have room for any more, and she loves to read. What will she do? Elizabeth Brown walked into town that very afternoon. Elizabeth Brown walked into town whistling a happy tune. She didn't want a bicycle. She didn't want silk bows. She went straight to the courthouse. May I have one of those? The courthouse is like a place where you do things that you do what's called legal things. You give things away, you pay your bills, or you see a judge, or all kinds of different things. This form was for donations. She quickly wrote this line, I, E. Brown, give to the town all that was ever mine. She picked up a form for donations. It's when you give things. So she's going to give the town everything she has. What will they do? Oh, look at that. Big building, and it says, Elizabeth Brown Free Library. She turned her house into a library where everybody could go and pick out books. Elizabeth Brown moved in with a friend and lived to a ripe old age. So they're both reading. They walked to the library day after day and turned page after page after page. Wow, so she turned her house into a library when she had too many books. Have you ever been to a library? I love going to the library. You can get books, sometimes you can get movies or magazines or even toys. And some libraries even have things like a sewing machine or a bread maker, all kinds of things. You can go and make projects and talk to people. Libraries are the best. I'll talk to you later. I hope you liked that story.